If you have been waiting on literally any news whatsoever regarding Dragon Ball Super and the manga specifically, well, I might have some potential good news for you because we finally heard it from the horse's mouth in a recent interview. The Dragon Ball Super manga has been on an indefinite hiatus for months now since the passing of Toriyama, the end of the superhero arc, and the big legal dispute going on in the background between Shueisha and Capsule Corp. This is probably something I should have spoken about in as much detail as I could have in a video prior, but no lie, it's kinda depressing and disappointing to see how they're handling everything since Toriyama has been gone, but it's not like they were doing much better in the battle over rights before that anyway. Don't get me wrong, I completely understand that the Dragon Ball IP is a massive multi-million-dollar moneymaker, so it's not going to be a clean and clear-cut battle over control of things like the manga and the anime, so I guess I didn't really know what to expect besides a lengthy hiatus before we got any type of news or announcement. However, today we finally got a ray of hope when it comes to information regarding the manga, and it came straight from an interview with Toyotaro himself. So if you're excited for an update, consider leaving a like on the video, subscribe, and let's not waste any time, man. So as many of you guys already know, earlier this year we lost the creator of what I would probably assume is all of our favorite anime series from childhood up until now if you're watching this video, in Akira Toriyama. And while we were all kind of processing that in itself, there was a pretty nasty battle going on in the background dealing with the rights to the manga content and the anime, etc. But beyond that whole situation, I don't even want to go too far into that because this isn't what this video is about and how all of us felt with wondering where the future of the series would go. Toyotaro was honestly the main component in a lot of our eyes when it came to the continuation of the series, if that was in the plans to happen. Confusion and worry were definitely two emotions that we all felt in regards to the series, but more importantly, sympathy and understanding for Toyotaro, who had lost his sensei, the person that saw all of that potential in him in the first place before any of us, right? And the one who was handpicked by him to be his successor when that day finally came. Thankfully, however, when faced with these circumstances, Toyotaro has now indirectly confirmed that the time will indeed come that Dragon Ball Super will return under his direction. On August 26th, in the most recent edition of the weekly Dragon Ball news show, V-Jump editor Victory Uchida sat down and spoke with Toyotaro, and they initially spoke about the results of a recent poll that had gone up called Goku's Best Bout. This allowed fans worldwide to vote for their favorite Goku battle, and surprise, surprise to all the haters of the recent arcs after the Tournament of Power, and this is why I don't mind dying on this hill for life, man. Goku vs. Moro was polled extremely high, meaning that this is one of the fandom's favorite Goku battles of all time. I know this definitely made Toyotaro feel good, man, with how much of a hand he had in that arc. But when we neared the end of the broadcast, he finally gave us a pretty vague but well understood update that I'm sure he knows the fandom has been on the edge of our seats waiting for. Toyotaro's statement following the poll results would read, "With the Moro fight being included in all, I was delighted to see the poll results, but I won't stop there. I plan to keep on coming up with lots of exciting battles for fans to enjoy, so I hope you will all continue following my work." A very brief statement, but a powerful one nonetheless, as I think that this now officially marks the point where we refer to Toyotaro as the current writer and creator of Dragon Ball Super. And man, just saying that, I feel a million different emotions right now. I feel emotions kind of similar to that day all those months ago when we first got the news about Toriyama, like I'm saying goodbye again almost. But I'm also extremely ecstatic because I wouldn't want this job or title to go to anyone else. I mean, honestly, who deserves it more than the man that was handpicked by Toriyama himself? Now, there's still been no official statement of an exact month or date for the return of the Dragon Ball Super manga, but hearing that Toyotaro is okay and ready to take those reins and carry on Toriyama's legacy, I think, I know we are in good hands whenever we officially do get a return date, continuing with his pen, of course, but hopefully still in the vision that both he and Toriyama pathed out over the last few years. Now, I can't lie, I never really recognized these as sort of placeholders, I guess, but apparently, according to social media and other outlets, Dragon Ball Super spot in V-Jump was never vacant since the hiatus. It's always been occupied by Toyotaro's special illustrations each month under the label of Dragon Ball Super Interval Special. And according to Screen Rant, this would imply that the series was only on a temporary hiatus. But as I've been saying this whole video and for months now, with the large dispute going on in the background and our limited knowledge on back-end production, we couldn't even really take an educated guess on how long the break would be, but Toyotaro just popped out to put us all at ease for a bit, and I hope we can all appreciate that. However, I do want to reiterate, even with all of this being said, and it is extremely good news, it was a really brief statement by Toyotaro for right now, and we still have no solid confirmation of much of anything really, besides that he hopes we'll continue enjoying the battles that he creates within the series, as his response was in direct reference to the final battle in the Moro arc being so highly rated, especially among English-speaking fans. Now, I'm not really sure if English-speaking fans refers to the West as a whole or how that's being referenced exactly. I'm not really too sure. This arc was the first time that he had creative freedom and direction over an arc, and obviously most of us really enjoyed where he took it. Speaking specifically for myself, I really enjoyed the stakes in this arc. It really felt like Moro was a villain that demanded total defeat and destruction, almost even forcing Beerus to get involved, which is something I'm sure we all want to see a lot more of, right? So now, Toyotaro sits in a pretty unique and honestly difficult situation. A lot of eyes and a ton of pressure are on him now for whenever that return does happen, and without being under the direct supervision of Toriyama himself anymore, I honestly wonder myself how much he, as the direct successor of the series, are at the mercy of not only Shueisha, but the Toriyama estate as well, who I hope are just as eager to work with him as we would like them to be, right? But since Shueisha is such a behemoth, I really don't know what the future plans and decision making could look like, but with Toyotaro seeming ready and eager to keep the series going, hopefully in the next few months we can expect a more official announcement. So I think that is probably gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. A really quick update, but a very important one regarding the future of Dragon Ball Super's manga, and I guess the continuation of the series itself. Obviously, you know, we're what, 6 going on almost 7 years since the end of the Tournament of Power in the anime. I obviously can't give you guys any expectations or news or updates when it comes to the anime returning, but as far as the Dragon Ball Super manga, man, it feels good to hear that Toyotaro is ready to pick up those reins and continue on with Toriyama's legacy. This time, it's on him now. I'm sure he can handle it. I can't wait to see what he comes up with, and I can't wait to finally get that announcement across the top of my phone in a few months or whenever it does happen, that next month, whenever that month so happens to be. Dragon Ball Super will return with a new arc. I really cannot wait, guys, and I know you all can't wait either. It's been a while since I even spoke about the Dragon Ball Super manga on the channel. I know a lot of you guys probably are confused about that. We've been doing a lot of what ifs. We have been crushing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, so I really appreciate all of you guys that stuck around for all of the things that I've been trying out. But trust me, we're going to be covering Daima. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not going anywhere. I'm sure you guys can see that. And whenever that day comes that the Dragon Ball Super manga returns, you already know where to be. But anyway, fellas, have a great day, and hope to see you in the stream later. You know, we got to get our streaming stamina up for Sparking Zero, fellas, but I'm going to see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.